So my guest today, breathing heavy over in the corner, yes, is Nick Sakes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, lovely to. Thank you so much for coming here, Nick.
You're welcome.
Nick is a guitarist extraordinaire and responsible for. Are you going to do that for the entire afternoon? and he gags a lot.
Constantly gagging.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, would you say that the band that you're best known for is being a member of the Dazzling Killmen?
I definitely would say that. Yes. I get the most random emails from Poland about Dazzling Killmen, I think.
Really?
I don't. Or someplace like that. It's yeah. That's the one that people that perhaps up to 143 people worldwide know.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go out on a limb.
It's at 143 right now. I count.
I'm going to say 147.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah. There's the guy in Boise. That him and his three friends, they just hung out last night, and I forgot those guys.
Listen to this stuff. This is crazy.
Yep. They were partying in their van, and they pulled out the tape. They listened to the Dazzling Killmen tape. Look, I got this new tape.
Brand new. It takes a while to get things out to Boise.
Yeah, they're still on tapes out there.
So, can you say a little bit about Dazzling Killmen, how it came about, and what kind of a project that was?
Well, I used to live in a town called Wood River, Illinois, which was on the east side of St. Louis. So, convenience sake, I say St. Louis. At the time, I was early 20s. I'd never played in bands ever. But I was hanging out with a lot of people around there that were in bands, some of which were the band Uncle Tupelo, those guys. I was hanging out with Jeff Tweedy a lot. I went to college with him, and I went with them on Uncle Tupelo shows out of town, just hanging out with those guys and other local bands. This other band called Culture Shock, not the UK Culture Shock, but this... it featured Darren Gray, and Darren and I used to hang out a lot. And eventually, when I was about 26, and I decided I'd had enough, and I was going to get a guitar and start playing. So I literally picked up the guitar at age 26 and asked Darren if he would show me how to play like anything on it. And I went up to his house. Well, he'd just had a baby. He and his wife were living in his parents' basement, and we would play very quietly, and he would show me how to play bar chords. And pretty soon, we started making up little tunes, and then kind of got excited about it. And then he knew a guy at school named Blake Fleming, who was this great drummer, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess we could ask Blake to do it," and he did, and that's pretty much how it got started. I got the name from a story written by an artist called Lucas Samaras. He wrote a story called Killman that I read in a Chemical Imbalance zine. So I was really like into reading Forced Exposure, Your Flesh, Chemical Imbalance, Maximum Rock and Roll. Like I'd taken fandom as far as it went, and like okay, I'm sitting in an immense pile of fanzines with thousands of people that are playing in bands. Like, it can't be that hard. It cannot be that hard. I'm going to try I'm going to do it, damn it. So that's kind of what happened. And St. Louis at the time, and was kind of an easy place to be in a band. There wasn't much going on, like, I don't want to say that and offend anyone in St. Louis, but we kind of got to open up for lots of bands like Jesus Lizard and Helmet, because there really wasn't any other band that wasn't like a strict genre, like they're like a hardcore band, or they're metal. Like, we were kind of like, we were asked to play with bands that the promoter would be like, I don't know, like, who do we have to play with? We played with Sebado, Jesus Lizard, Jawbox, Helmet, Fugazi. It was kind of great. I mean, we were sort of
those are
a little
great.
bit
opening
big
spots.
fish in a little pond, I guess. I don't know. Again, I don't want to offend St. Louis by calling it a little pond, but
Well, it's clearly
was
not
cool.
a big pond, and it is landlocked. So.
yeah. So it was.
Don't worry
it
about
was-
offending anybody.
I'm sorry, St. Louis. I still have fond memories of you, sort of.
And when did you leave St. Louis?
I left St. Louis in 1995 and moved up to Minneapolis. And that was the first time I quit music altogether. That's it. I'm done. After Dazzling Killmen had
that
a
lasted
hideous
long.
breakup. And, of course, I moved and said, well, I guess it's time to start another band. I put this is the only time I've ever done this. I put an ad in the paper, and I think I worded it like, Raymond Scott, Devo, Black Flag, ex-member of Dazzling Killmen, seeks others. Oh, and when I got home from work that day, on the message machine was this guy, John Dietrich, who said, yeah, I just saw your ad. So turns out John and I started Colossamite, and I don't want to go on and on. Well, I am going on and on, but now John and Ed, who were in Colossamite, now they play in Deerhoof. But we were Colossamite, Chad, John, and Ed and I, and toured Europe and had a few albums on Skin Graft.
Mm-hmm. And I'd like to just ask you a little bit about the Skin Graft label, because being from the East Coast, it was just, to me, I guess I just saw it as this real, sort of whimsical projects, like cute, great music. I mean, that's one of those labels that I really just liked everything on it, and everything was distinctly different. But what were your dealings with the label? Like, how did that come about, and what was it like to be on the label? Because I imagine like it's like a party. Like
It was kind of that way, yeah. Like Mark and Rob were these two guys. They lived in suburban St. Louis, and they had a little comic book, Skin Graft Comics, and it was like a little Xerox comic book that they'd go to shows and sell. And I remember they introduced themselves. It was actually when we played with Jesus Lizard, and they came up and said, "Hey, we want to do a record with like a comic book cover," because we'd seen those as a little kid, have those little books with the story, and thought, "Oh, this
like
is
the superhero."
yeah, they were great." So of course, yes, we'll do it, and that thus became Skin Graft Records, and how this other band from Minneapolis, strangely enough, called Mother's Day, ended up being the other band on this split 7-inch with us and Mother's Day. And I'm not really clear how that happened. We didn't really know them, and there was another guy involved in the label at the time, and anyway, so that's how the label was born. Rob and Mark moved to Chicago and went to the Art Institute, and eventually Mark started to work with Touch and Go, and the label became distributed and manufactured through Touch and Go, which was really nice. But I'm kind of losing my train of thought now.
No, that's okay. Because I guess the Skin Graft, all the graphics, were there things that you were completely in control of, or did they have ideas for you about certain artists and covers?
No, they pretty much did it. Rob and Mark did almost all the art, I think, like for those comics, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was kind of the deal. We do the music and they do the art. I mean, and
it's a great way to do it, really, and it's something that's not. It's like the band is in charge of, their album cover and that kind of thing, and it's a really cool concept, and I always just love those releases because they were so, whimsical and fun, and and the
non-approachable a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
An entertainment package.
Mm-hmm. And then if we can just sort of fast forward now, you are a member of Zadax.
I am.
Is that the way I pronounce it?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Xaddax.
And you have a release on the Skin Graft.
That's right. We're back on Skin Graft, which never went away, contrary to a lot of people's rumors that the label has been going since '90. Mark Fisher, the guy who is Skin Graft now, lives in Vienna, Austria, and is married. So it's kind of it's nowadays it's fairly simple. I mean, with Skype and the internet, but yeah, we're back on Skin Graft, and we have a new album called Counter Clockwork that comes out May 8th, and we're pretty darn excited about it. We recorded with Colin Marston. Do you know Colin? He plays in Krallis and Dysrhythmia and Gorguts and Behold the Octopus, and he must have an amazing brain to play in all those bands. I was thinking about that today, like how does that guy do it? Like play guitar and bass in those four bands.
That's just got to be the way his brain is.
He's one of those guys. He must have a weird Rain Man side that no one sees, or something.
You couldn't play in those four bands and just be like trying hard. Like it would just have to come out.
No, that's not. This is the dead. Oh yeah. You're right.
Right. That definitely. Yeah. I mean, he probably just has that talent, and it probably just comes out of him.
He was great to record with, though. We're totally happy with it.
How long did it take to record?
2 days, I think. Well, we did it in 2 different sessions, but pretty much we're in and out of the studio kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was fun. It's coming out on vinyl and I guess made to order CD, which is something I'd never heard of before this. Like, apparently you order it and the CD robot at Amazon puts it together and mails it to you. Like, there's not a giant pile of CDs sitting in your apartment staring at you like, look at your failure. You know, there's like, what's wrong? Can't get rid of us? No, it's just one at a time, which is great. There's not the failure pile staring at you every day.
Right. And you go, oh,
and it's good.
11.
It's a good product. Like, I don't know. And then, because then you end up giving away everything. Like, sure, take it. Like, because you look at the failure pile and there's like 500 CDs, and you end up like all your friends have like, just go get it. You know, just take 5.
Right. You can use them as little mirrors.
Oh yeah.
On the back and stuff.
You throw away the CD and the cover and make new covers for mixes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
the strange new world.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that sort of CD by order. I'm sure that I will. And so where can they get the CD to order?
Apparently you can get it, I think, on iTunes and Amazon.
Okay.
Or not iTunes, but Amazon. I looked it up and they have it there now. Mm-hmm. We will have the record. We're playing a record release show at Death by Audio May 24th with Cellular Chaos, which is Weasel Walter's new band.
Oh, great.
And Normal Love and In Heat, which has got some people from Tinsel Teeth in it. They're really cool.
Oh, very good. And where's the best place? Because I see that Zadax is kind of all over the web.
Huh.
What's the best?
Really?
I mean, do you prefer people going to what site to?
That's a good
to hear
question.
Your music?
Well, we have a SoundCloud site that we have been telling people to go check out. We should probably get a website. I'm talking to Chrissy, the other half of Zadax. She's here too.
She is.
Hi. We're also to be wed soon.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is that May 24th show? That's your record release and your bachelorette party.
It's also my bachelor party. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, Chrissy. Yeah, that's just worked out that way. I don't know how that happened.
She's the one with the drumsticks.
That's true.
You know, she's always armed.
All right, cancel the hookers.
Well, they might enjoy the performance at least.
Yeah.
You know. So, the reason why I have you here, of course, is to guest DJ. And
don't tell them.
Nick is still wondering.
I had all this music planned, and I put it on my brand new flash drive, and I got here, and there's nothing on it.
That's okay.
So now we're scrambling.
That's okay.
Very nervous about that. I wanted to look cooler than I'm going to look. Oh, well.
We're going to make you look the coolest. Do you want to talk about the next song that we have queued up?
This Colossamite song?
Yes.
I will talk about it. This was on the first EP we did called All Lingo's Clamor. And the song is called Bewilder Beast. What's it about? Oh, it's too depressing to talk about, really. I'll let the song speak for itself. I don't want to talk about what it's about. It's sad.
Oh, okay.
Get ready for some yelling and screaming, usual.
That you are well known for. Excellent. So my guest
Angsty. Cathartic.
Yay! Yay! Let's hear
Like
it.
a burp.
Nice. Well, let's hear it for angst and catharsis.
Yay.
And let's hear it for my guest Nick Sakes. We'll be back in a little bit. Here is some Colossamite. Please stay tuned.